What is up, Earthnoids and Spacenoids? I am just a simple new type, and in this episode, we are concluding Mobile Suit Gundam Bande Dessinee, Episode 0. Last time, we learned about Angelo's unfortunate past. The operation began, and Carlos tried to stop EFF from letting the sleeve steal Sinanju Stein. This time, Full Frontal will finally get his hands on Sinanju Stein, and Carlos and Winston face off against the Psycho Frame Mobile Suit. So let's get into this. Angelo and his wingmen move in on the ships. He runs into Winston's team. All hell is breaking loose on the battlefield. He keeps referring to EFF's Type Ds as new mobile suits, so this must be his first interaction with the Type D Jagans. Also, you can certainly say that the Gerzulu will be designed as a response to these units. His wingman, Sergei and Quoran, is shot down just like his dream. Angelo begins panicking, and the lines between dreams and reality are blurred. Captain Sasai of the Raw Dells hails the Yunkai. She tells them to respond or they will have to take action. Meanwhile, Carlos is still trying to get EFF to stop helping Zeon over the radio. He says that the mobile suit is a dangerous psycho machine that will upset the balance of power. Full Frontal comes on the radio and says all the more reason for him to take it. One Jagan goes down. Two Jagans go down in the blink of an eye. One Gyaradoga is able to do so much damage to a new model. Angelo asks Quoran if he saw the attack. We were seeing Angelo's nightmare earlier as Quoran is still alive. As he watches Full Frontal tear through EFF's mobile suits, Angelo notes that the attack is Char's 8-ship jump. These are moves of the Red Comet. If Ko was learning about Gato in the academy, you know Angelo had to take a course on Char tactics at some point. Winston gathers his men who begin panicking, thinking they are fighting the Red Comet. Full Frontal also gathers Angelo and the remaining men to push towards the Yunkai. FF asks Angelo and his royal guard to cover him as he goes in. Just like last time, Angelo's nerves become calm. Regardless of who FF is, this is what a true leader does. He inspires his men. Winston and his men are struggling. He tells Carlos that they might have to resort to destroying SS. Winston's team and the remaining EFF pilots join up and redo their formation before pushing back on the sleeves. Full Frontal has made it to the Yunkai. As the Yunkai chief mechanic and his crew are prepping for a coup, Full Frontal shoots them all. Poor Unkai crew. No one ever listened to you guys and you all died being in the crosshairs of a conspiracy. Full Frontal opens the container and stares at Sinanju Stein. He says that the mobile suit is too much for a layman to handle. Carlos touches down on the deck of the Yunkai. Full Frontal is still booting up the mobile suit. Carlos takes aim and shoots, knowing this will kill some EFF soldiers in the process. However, he is too late. The beam does nothing. Sinanju Stein activates. The MSN-06S Sinanju Stein is a part of EFF's reorganization plan, the UC project. This was Anaheim Electronics' mobile suit designed to test a lightweight psycho frame integrated into a movable frame. We will learn that this is a bad idea and creates a weapon of mass destruction beyond belief. This mobile suit is also equipped with the Psychoma system and the Intention automatic system. This allows the pilot to fully control the mobile suit with just their thoughts. In Unicorn, this weapon will be used to transcend time and space. This mobile suit is stated to be a design flaw, as it moves too fast for humans to use. In reality, it was designed for the best of the best new types. All the Unicorn Gundams fix this problem by injecting the pilot to handle all those Gs to the face. Weapons include 60mm Vulcans, 2 beam sabers, a high beam rifle capable of taking out a Klopp-class ship. It also has a shield which stores a beam cannon and missiles. Full Frontal takes out Carlos's arm. He says that he has been watching Carlos, and he is using an act of vengeance and covering up the fact with some false sense of justice. He says this is a common flaw with God-fearing men seeking vendettas. That was a subtle jab. I wish I was better at stuff like this. Normally I just call people or he says if you are going to seek vengeance, it takes someone like him who is willing to start a war. He realizes that the sleeves are planning something bigger than just a hijack. Full Frontal flies off with Carlos chasing. Carlos tells Winston that Sinanju Stein made its escape. FF heads back to the Raylula while Angelo takes care of the remaining cargo. Before he heads back, he is going to do a little bit of cleanup. Winston's entire team fires on Sinanju Stein. He vanishes from their view. SS is so fast and begins picking off Winston's team one by one. Winston wonders how he is so accustomed to such a powerful suit already. Only 4 units remain of Winston's team. The Zeon Remnant's old man yells at Angelo's team, but he says there is nothing for them to do. They played their part. The rest will be in the hands of Full Frontal. As EFF slowly dies on the battlefield, Carlos wonders if he made a mistake. Full Frontal begins attacking Winston, who is in a Stark Jagan. He notes that this unit is different from the other Type Ds. He slices off the Stark Jagan's head with his beam saber and then stabs through Winston's cockpit. His mobile suit is ripped open, but he is still alive. Half of his face is vaporized by the beam saber, however. Full Frontal goes in for a final kill, but Carlos pushes Sinanju Stein away from Winston. He instantly takes out his arms. Carlos wonders if he is the real Shar Aznable. He tells him he is just playing a role. He says that everyone has a role, but he failed at his. People passionately follow justice and blindly call for wars to end, but they are the ones who ultimately get pulled into this war. Not understanding both sides of the coin is where he failed. The cross on his chest has led him astray. EFF realizes that they are going to use this incident to incite their war, and that Carlos's plan towards justice merely fueled the Sleeves' third Neo-Zeon war. Carlos rushes Full Frontal. He plans on self-destructing his mobile suit, but the Sinanju Stein stabs through the cockpit, killing Carlos and destroying the reactor before it went off. Angelo says that he is witnessing a legend. Full Frontal wonders if he passed Angelo's test of leadership. They have to do work on the mobile suit, but it will be a symbol of hope for Angelo and the other Sleeves. Angelo and his team grab the second container. I assume this is the Neo-Zeon. They begin making the retreat when FF gets a laser comm. It is Alberto Vist, aka the Fat Unicorn, sending an encrypted message. Although EFF suffered losses, he praises Neo-Zeon for their transaction. Full Frontal tells him that the situation has changed. He doubles back to the Unkai and the Raudels. He fires his beam rifle and destroys the Unkai. The Raudels takes evasive maneuvers and begins firing on Full Frontal, but Full Frontal fires and takes down the Raudels as well. Alberto demands to know what he is doing. FF says, "What are you talking about? We got rid of the evidence and the containers were delivered." This was surely everything he wanted. The Fat Unicorn realizes he is getting himself into some shit. It kind of makes you think why he didn't get arrested with Martha and Unicorn. He is equally to blame. He calls FF the second coming of Shar. He isn't Shar, but the second coming of Shar has a nice ring to it. He decides to steal that for himself. This isn't some sense of justice. This isn't a way to show that Shar has made his return. This is something that can't be described by EFF. It is something that has been living in the people of Zeon, hiding for ages, or as they put it, they are haunted by the ghosts of Zeon. It truly is something sinister. Back on Palau, everyone hears of the news of Full Frontal's victory. The morale of the people are vastly changed, and it seems that they are ready to fight for Zeon once again. Only 6 men were killed during this operation. Palau held a glorious funeral for their 6 people, treating them like saints. Conscription is up. The new Zeon soldiers cheer for Captain Full Frontal. Angelo is certain that this man has transcended humanity. He will become a god that cleanses the world of its filth. Full Frontal gets into the newly retrofitted Sinanju. And that will conclude Mobile Suit Gundam Bande Dessinee Episode 0. This is a nice little 3-volume story that gives you a great perspective towards this new Neo-Zeon's new intentions. Carlos, in his last moments, realized that his atonement for the death of his family was merely a small part of a greater problem. Anyone who experienced loss understands this. Your world slows down while the world around you continues and moves forward. He was humbled in his final moments by Full Frontal, which is interesting because Full Frontal was humbled by Banana's empathy. Or was it Ghost Lala? I don't know, it was vague. That being said, he said he was a vessel just trying to fulfill a goal. This dude did his thing, and when he was finished doing his thing, he died. Dude had a goal, and when he made it happen, he f***ed off. I respect that. Also, do you think that Winston is alive? The Unkai and the Raudels were destroyed, but the Mobile Suit team were probably left stranded. Let me know what you think. This is just a prequel manga to Unicorn Bande Dessinee, which we will eventually cover after finishing up Zeta Defined. We really need to cover more first Neo-Zeon war stories. Poor Double Zeta never gets any love. But that will do it for now, new types. If you want to be a leader, don't tell your subordinates what you can do. Show them. Peace.